Welcome in, everybody. It is the Friday edition of Daily Bread coming at you live right at 5:10 on Friday afternoon. So, for all you East Coast people, happy hour in session with the Daily Bread guys. For anyone else in the West Coast, if you're not in the office, I guess you can crack one early. If not, we're here to help you get through that 2 o'clock hour. As usual, we're live on the Daily Bread Media Twitter page. Make sure to give us a follow there and a like and retweet. We still can't see your comments or feature them on the show, but if you're hopped over to YouTube, that's the best way to be engaged. We got our main man Mo tapping in one of our guests for the MMA and UFC fights that we have. Definitely going to be coming back soon for his second appearance because he's got to be back. But other than that, you already know YouTube. We got the best chat out there. People drop winners. We have fun in there. It's Friday episode, so we'll see how long it takes to get the trains off the wheels. But as usual, make sure to check out the Wise Guys Diamond Club for all your extra needs there. Sosa, how you doing today?
Oh man, you already know. Doing great. Back in the mix. Took a day off. It's lovely to be back. Ready to make some
Welcome to
money.
all Louisiana gamblers. That's a good way to put it if you didn't have a bookie
Yes,
before.
sir. Welcome to the homies from the NOLA, man. Our boy James, I know he's hyped as hell. A first day for mobile gambling in the state of Louisiana. So the homies are lit to say the least. Um, yeah, it's looking like a good time headed their way. You already know homies like Bun and DJ. I know they're lit right now.
Yeah. All the other states that are still slacking behind. Word from Daily Bread, get there quicker because we need all 50 people available to do it legally, even though I like to support the local bookie.
Hey man, we're always going to do that, but we like options, and we need to be able to exploit options that everyone can have. You know,
And the
it feels
biggest one
better
is
when
player
everyone has
props.
the options that you do.
Yeah, that's the best one that we can get. Once you get the legal gambling, they're ready for your player props there. We had a few college hoops games tip off already at the 5 o'clock hour, but don't you worry, even though it's a small slate, we got you covered there. Then we'll get into the NBA. But just as a little precursor, tomorrow, 10:30 a.m., your full college hoop slate, paid for play, same YouTube channel, different Twitter handle. Make sure to be popping over there. And then Sunday morning quarterbacks, we'll do the later show just like we did last week because that popped out. Great views for everyone tapping in with the 3 and 6:30 game. So we'll have our main man Chuck tapping back in with us because his Chiefs are still alive. But that's kind of like your weekend plan if you want to get ready for it. Last night, Sosa, anything you see other than our main man Joel, number one in the
I mean, we
MVP odds, and USA got a much needed win, so we don't miss a World Cup. Those are the two things I saw. You see
well,
anything?
the deal for me, man. Joel Embiid, most talented big man we ever seen, most skilled big man we ever seen. Y'all can tell me about how great of a passer the dude that plays in Denver is, and that's all good and awesome. But Joel is one of one. That's 7 foot Kobe, bruh. 7 foot with the footwork, the moves, the fades, it's beautiful basketball. I think right now he's put his name right there in the question or in the conversation of league MVP. I'm obviously I love Joel. Um, my favorite part of last night though was Anthony Edwards battling back in the fourth quarter. Shot the ball terribly to start the game. Showed some life in the fourth quarter. I
Mhm.
mean, you could take whatever you want as far as the relevance of the minutes or whether they were Michael Carter Williams stats or whatever the fuck you want to do. I do believe that obviously he's the next guy. I think he's an absolute superstar in the making. To see him go, just try to bring the smoke at the end of the game after getting down a bunch of points, you got to rock with him. And you know what, Taze, John, I have seen Hakeem, and listen, Hakeem is amazing. I'm reading off the Twitter comments, but I love Hakeem. Hakeem's amazing footwork. I mean, absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not taking anything away from that, and he probably could have shot threes if it was if you played in this era. So I'm not saying anything like it's just Joel. Just he different, man. He's just a different breed. Derek character.
Yes, sir. Other than that, we talked about Sean Payne retiring, I believe, correct?
We did. We gave
We
him. I
did.
gave him a pass. I'm
Other
not
than
mad
that,
at
I
him.
was about to say we're just trying to build some time in to get the rest of the people here, but we're 5 minutes in, so you know we can roll in to our best bets of the day. Started off with college hoops, wrap it up with the NBA action since we have a much more loaded slate there. So let's just refresh these odds so that we have all the fresh ones that I'll be locking in with you right now. So, first play of the day, we got a Mountain West battle for number one, essentially. Sure, San Diego State ain't there, but Fresno State and Boise State. I can't hate on Colorado State either. There's a lot of good teams in the Mountain West, but you got Boise taking their huge win streak in. They're sitting at minus 125 on the money line, 1.5 favorite there. You got Fresno as 1.5 dogs.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I just seen Dougie Hab in the comments. I told you the Dallas game would go over. Go ahead, bro.
You threw me off our thing there, but
I'm
you
sorry.
gotta be putting it in there. Ugh, this is a tough one, even though we do like Boise and that under sitting at a big fat 119. So, you know, a bunch of points are going to be scored tonight. So
First
you
team to
could rock.
50, huh?
It's going to be another 50-50 there, but we're going to fade Boise tonight. That's why we got the Fresno Red on. We're taking the money line at plus 105. It's a small, hungry dog, but they'll be there tonight.
Let's
We'll
get it.
just
Let's
play
get
a
it.
more complete game. Both teams' defenses. I mean, it's going to be a rock fight. I wouldn't really tune into it if you like high-paced basketball. I just think Boise's scoring streaks is going to cost them in the long run, and I'm going to trust Fresno's home shooting, especially from deep, where that will be the game changer here because both teams take 38% shots from deep. One team is just shooting a little bit significantly better, and especially when they're at home, we'll take the home dogs here.
Yes, sir. I'm rocking with you. You already know. I
Shout
know
out
you
to
like hungry
NBA
dogs.
Talk today with Jay Money.
What up, Jay? One of the goats in this YouTube stuff for sports content. Make sure you. I mean, I'm sure you guys are familiar. If you're not following him, then what the hell are you doing?
Play number 2 for college hoops before we start turning it into the NBA action. And here, first one, we took a dog. Here we're going to take a bigger spread, but I like this fade spot. Hold your nose. Hold your nose because neither of these teams have won in a while. And one
Jesus.
team's laying 9.5 or 10, depending on your book. And we're laying that big fat number with New Mexico today. They're going to cover the 10 at home against San Jose State, sitting at minus 110 because New Mexico State will dictate the pace because San Jose State does not like to play with pace whatsoever. San Jose State is kind of like it's a terrible analogy to make, but if they're on the road and you can get 10 or less, you kind of just auto lock it in. Once they get to that 15 to 18 range, it can get a little bit dicey. But when you can get them single digits or right at that 10 marker, it's a nice place to be back in the Lobos. So we're rocking the minus 10, minus 110. And we're not going team total because we saw what happened with Michigan. We haven't had a stream since that Michigan play, but it's still
It
very
seems like
present in my
it.
memory.
It seems like Michigan just knows how to fuck it up. Like when everything looks beautiful, they just find a way to fuck it up. They're just one of those teams, man. That's all.
Well, when you get a guy who's played 12 minutes the entire season and when he's taking his first free throw, you know, like the guys when you see him playing, it's just like, fuck, this dude can't play whatsoever. One, he pays to go to Michigan and he's on the team. Two, he squatted to his ankles on his free throw, and I didn't even watch the second one. I knew it wasn't going in.
Oh, man.
All right,
Everybody's on
NBA
that.
time. Let's bet on professionals other than the kids here. So you got 2 plays in the Mountain West to get you started. The Dayton game was catching my eye, but that's just too sharp of a line from the A10 tonight.
Yeah, Dayton. What's it? 6.5, right?
Yeah, I was more looking towards the total, honestly, in that one, and I wanted to get over, but it's just too spot on with that.
Well, with that in that particular matchup, if I were to bet it, bro, it would be Dayton to cover or nothing. That's just how I would. That's what I was leaning. If I were to bet that, I would bet on Dayton to cover. Um, but I don't really have too much. I am going heavy on props tonight though. I have seen quite a few NBA props that I love. And the first one obviously comes in the Detroit game. We've been rocking with this guy all season so far. It's Cade Cunningham. On FanDuel, they have him at 20 plus at plus 106. I love the number. It's probably gotten closer to even money at this point. But if you get it now, bet it at 20 plus. I like him and the numbers, the minutes he'll get in regards to playing against an Orlando team that's just very bad. This Orlando team's terrible. I don't like any of their guards as far as matching up with him on the perimeter.
Ooh,
Cade
no
Cunningham, 20
Suggs
plus points.
respect.
I beg your pardon?
No Suggs respect. I
Hell
mean, he's
no.
not a guard. He won't be matched up on him, but that's where it just threw me off once you said I don't respect any of the guards. And Suggs is the only one that I slightly do just because he's just in a terrible predicament.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how bad of a situation it is. I don't think they were even trying to win games this season to begin with. I don't think they've been trying to win.
When's
So
the last time the Magicians developed someone that wasn't Dwight Howard?
they haven't. They
That's what I'm
had
just
Vucevic.
saying. If you go to the
Vucevic,
Magicians
they
or if you
kind
go
of,
to
we
the
need to kind of
Kings.
say, no, okay.
No, those are the two places that you go to. You just hope you get out of there quickly.
So, Penny, I'm obvious, but it's talking
The
early
one
90s.
most strange thing I found with this Orlando squad, if you're going to talk spread wise, they're 20-28 overall, but in home games they're 4-16.
Bro, like I said, they're absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. It's just, oh my goodness. I mean, but this is literally like the shit bowl. It's the toilet bowl tonight. So, which means we'll probably get a good basketball game. That's the, that's what happens when two teams that have no intentions of actually trying to win. It'll be a competitive ball game.
All right, where are we going for game
Next game
number
we're going
2
to is
tonight?
Boston versus Atlanta. And I'm liking a couple of props with Al Horford. I like Al Horford to record 4+ assists. And that's at plus 155. Marcus Smart, obviously coming back to the lineup, is making it. They're overvaluing him because prior to him getting hurt, he was averaging like 6+ assists a game. Al Horford is extremely good in the offense. Boston obviously has 2 volume scorers. Why would you you wouldn't pick any other guy for points? You're going to pick Al Horford for maybe rebounding, but definitely assist. He has definitely passed the ball at an extremely high level, and somebody's got to give the ball to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to score. So at plus 150, Al Horford 4+ assist against Atlanta. He's going to do a good job of keeping Capella and Jonathan Collins out of the lane for those 2 other guys as well.
What about it's a pick'em spread? Anything on that? Because Atlanta's kind of changed the narrative so far in the recent games, and they're playing teams against winning records. They're actually pulling out the cover in the wins rather than earlier in the season.
Atlanta plays better at the crib. I mean, we all know that. They started the season, I believe, like 0-8 on the road. They were absolutely horrendous, like 1-8 or something like that. They were terrible on the road. So at the crib, they play better. Boston has not shown to be consistent thus far this season. They've had like spot games where their stars align and they play well, but there's been extreme variance with this Boston team. If I were to bet it, it would be the Hawks just because they're at the crib. I like them at home.
Under Trae Young points. Ew.
It's possible. I don't really see any of those anybody really giving him issues. Marcus Smart though is a competent defender, and he's an all NBA defender. So I mean, he could possibly give Trae issues, but Trae is just so crafty and he shoots so many goddamn shots. So you know what I mean? He's a high volume shooter. We know he's going to put him up. So, Al Horford was a bad fit in Philly. Hawks on a 5-game win streak.
I don't want to bring that back up.
Yep, Celtic. I agree. I agree with Steven. Celtics really haven't beat anybody. DeAndre. Yeah, I mean they got rid of Cam. He better be the guy. Schlenk gonna be looking a little weird if Cam start finding his footing in New York. It's true. They had to choose. They chose DeAndre.
Man, is Moreno going at Steven Harrison? That's a good one. I like this. I like how the chat. We have yet to have that one before, but that was one of the better drags that we had. Next game. Let's get into. Did you see any word on Ingram or Hart tonight for the
I
Pels?
don't.
Because
I'm waiting. I don't believe Ingram's playing, but I'll tell you this: if Ingram is to play tonight, I would bet all of his overs.
why is that? Because
Um,
he bought tickets for everybody.
him and the other guy I would be looking at is well, that's on another game, but so we'll get to that. But tonight with this, it's Pelicans. I think it's Pelicans with the points. Or I agree. Um,
That's what I was thinking, but that 4 just seems, or 4.5, depending your book, because everyone loves a Jokic double-double, Jokic triple-double tonight. Even though he's going to get his points and get his numbers, it doesn't mean that they're going to cover or win. But
right. It's all about who's going to play. If Ingram plays, it's different.
yeah,
If you know what
that's
I
been
mean,
my biggest factor. I was
he
hoping you had
changed
the
everything for
inside
them.
knowledge on that one there.
So it's all dependent on if he's able to suit up. Um, but I wouldn't. It would be in everyone's best interest to put a little bit on a little something on Jokic triple double at plus 200. I mean, bro, the efficiency he's playing with right now is just insane. It's ridiculous.
Jokic probably ate too much last
It's,
night.
it's probable.
The best way, and the reason why I 100% agree with Jay Money thinking that Ingram's going to play, because this total opened at 216 or 216 and a half, and it's up to 219 now. It's not going up unless you think Ingram's going to play.
Absolutely.
All right, Hornets by 25. Let's bounce to that. We're going to do quick hits on each game, not official plays on each one, but Lakers going into Charlotte. Charlotte's
Hornets for me.
8-point favorite.
Hornets for me, easiest play tonight. LaMelo Ball over 7.5 assists. I'd probably play it up to 10. He's in that mode. He looks like he's when he has a triple double, it's usually in a stretch where he really ascends and plays extremely well. He does have a bit of a streaky mentality in him. I like LaMelo over 7.5 assists. I like him all the way up to 10 in the Hornets Laker game. Lakers coming off a back-to-back. LeBron may or may not play. I think they try
The
to get
eight's
out there
telling
and
you
just
he's not
run.
playing, bro.
I beg your pardon?
You think LeBron's going to be an 8-point dog in Charlotte if he's suiting up for a full workload?
No. LaMelo Ball, 10-plus assists.
I was about to say, that's the one
Plus
where you just got
220.
put.
Plus 220, 10-plus assists. They should run them out the gym. And I'm not taking LaMelo's points. I'm taking his assist. I think he gets everybody involved, and he probably has 7, 8 by halftime.
Have
But
you
just
gave out your
pace.
favorite play of the night so far?
Yes, pace. Just as far as pace goes, bro, like it just fits. You just want to run them out the gym. And one thing about Charlotte is we might have to wait for them to turn it up till the third quarter. We might have to wait till the third quarter for them to turn it up. But when they start turning it up, that team can get out offensively. They can do everything: shoot threes, slash to the basket, everything. Finish at the rim. It's just a matter of experience and learning how to get out of their own way for this team to be really good. I mean, because they got a ton of talent on that team. Next game we want to go to.
Yeah, here's a nice little spot that'll make everyone super happy. It's a trend, and trend never means anything that's going to cover. But after the Grizzlies are coming off a division matchup, they're 8-0 ATS, laying
I'm
5
glad you said that.
at home against Utah.
I'm glad you said that because I am 100% on the Grizzlies tonight, minus 4.5. If it were 5.5, I'd stay away. At 4.5, I'm taking the Grizzlies at the crib, especially with no Mitchell. No Mitchell against this particular version of the Memphis Grizzlies, a team that really hates playing Utah. They eliminated them in the playoffs. I like Memphis to get it done tonight, -4.5 at the -110. That's my main play on this one. And I also whatever because I got to find it on DraftKings. Whatever the block prop is for one Jaren Jackson Jr., I'd take it. He's killing it defensively.
Triple J.
People are sleeping on Jaren Jackson Jr. He's fitting the mold of what you would call a unicorn. Plays positionless defense, can shoot the three, put it on the floor, post up, catch and shoot, shoot it off the dribble. But no one really talks about him in that light. There's a reason why they gave him that money. He's like that. He is like that. Facts.
I like that one. I also like when we get these random ass ones. We get one of these every single show. Someone please let us know what that means.
Word.
Someone likes Grizz first half.
Yeah, I like the
Grizz that way either.
I like playoff caliber teams against Utah on the road when their best player is not playing. Mitchell, like on the road is when you need your stars. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You gotta you need your stars to win on the road against good teams. It's just how it works. That's why when stars get hurt and your team goes on road trips, they literally, like in the NBA now, they pick and choose the games they want to play because they know that they just simply can't match up some nights. That's the NBA, though. That's the reality of what we're seeing and what happens. So, what's the next one that we want to get into?
Jay, the only thing I think it is, Russia's trying to steal our plays. That's about it. When I see that, I just instantly go to Russia.
Conley based on usage and no Mitchell. Absolutely. He's he definitely gets a much higher number of assists with assist and points with no Mitchell just based on opportunity. So that's a sharp look. I like that.
I was about to say we talked already most of the marquee matchups. So it's kind of at this point, if you really want to talk about the Clips going to Miami, or if you have any other plays like
DeMar DeRozan over 25.5. He's playing against his former team. First game against his former team. I think it's a revenge spot. That's an angle that you can look at as far as that one. And then with
the JJJ was the blocks. What was the play you had?
Oh, his blocks. I believe it should be over 1.5 at even money, close to even money. Whatever it is, take it. Whatever it is. A couple of plays that I'm looking at based on narrative. The Phoenix Suns played the Timberwolves tonight, and Mr. Devin Booker was not selected to the All-Star game.
Andrew Wiggins was, though.
So I do believe that we probably get another, because he just went off on the anniversary of Kobe's passing.
42, right?
Yeah, I think Devin Booker might have something to say tonight again, especially against a Minnesota team that played all the way to the end, and we don't know the status of D'Angelo Russell yet. If he'll be, it's looking like he'll probably be out. So, you know what I mean?
It's the motivation angle where you can't take everything from it. We saw with EJ Liddell saying bet the other day on Twitter when fuck the dude who didn't rank it, didn't put him in his top 5. So he said, bet, they're going to come out and ball.
He said two-way Wiggins.
It's a gut feeling. Two-way Wiggins. Remember tank for Wiggins? Winless for Wiggins? Man, those were the days. Not. Anything else we like to wrap it up tonight?
I think
New York going to Milwaukee. Not much there.
I think that's really it, man. That Milwaukee game kind of starts late. I mean, anyone saw the press conference of Giannis the other night where he walked up with the bucket of chicken wings and he was like, "We sucked, didn't play good." Like, bro, listen, we're gonna have to learn anybody who's watching the NBA, y'all have got to learn real quick that there's no motivation for some of these teams. Like Milwaukee could literally sleepwalk through the entire season, still end up with a top 3 seed, and not give a fuck about half of the regular season games that they play.
Russia.
Facts.
Do we agree? I mean, it's what happens when you let the fans decide, right?
I do not agree that he should have been a starter. There's no way you can look at what – listen, Devin Booker has shown that he's improved vastly defensively. He's scoring the shit out of the basketball. He's the best player on the team that has the best record in the fucking league. All right? So –
what the hell's going on
that.
in Colombia versus Peru?
What's going on in the game?
I don't know. It's a huge match for both of them. We got 0-0 still.
Yeah, I thought there would be scoring in this, or at least from Colombia. Colombia is doing nothing. Just one of those, man.
Yep. Jay Money agrees as well. That's a good way to put it.
Oh yeah, I completely agree that that Wiggins should have been an all-star, but just the game is the game. This is what they. But this not the first time they've done this to. This is not the first time that they've done this to Devin Booker. Like Devin Booker wasn't playing on good teams, and for some reason, you don't get the respect.
He's gotten snubbed multiple times.
Hey, they haven't been that good.
So if you're tuning in late, we like Fresno State in the money line and college hoops as slight underdogs, and we like New Mexico laying the 10 against San Jose State at home tonight for your college hoops action. Sosa had a lot of props to be targeting tonight. As usual, the Louisiana people, go check out Sosa's page. He's got a nice little server. Not server, but the what's the server called for a man Bun and the boys? That's what I was just trying to get to. Sorry.
It's called the Crescent City Cartel. Check them out on Twitter. It's all the homies from Louisiana. As y'all know, they went live today for the first time online gambling. It's free. It's just information about lifestyle stuff, food, all types of stuff, man. It's sports betting. Obviously, it's new in Louisiana, so they're trying to get people ingratiated into the game and what's going on with these different apps and shit. But yeah, just check them out. Crescent City Cartel. They're the homies. Tell them Sosa sent you.
Especially if you're from Louisiana, it's a spot you got to be checking out, especially for the free weekend. Other than that, Diamond Club.
Manhattan, Siena, I got nothing for you, Jay. I don't know. Not tonight. I stayed away from college ball.
Ooh, Jay, I'll tell you real quick. I have my model up for Siena versus Niagara. Yeah, and then the Manhattan game as well. I can give you both of those. The Siena game, like that to go under. If it's still, especially if it's still sitting at 127.5, my numbers have it at 123.85. Then the Manhattan game against St. Pete, that's in Jersey City. If it didn't snow, I almost went to that game. Not gonna lie. That one, I think the number's sharp, but my numbers have it at 6.77 and 133.01. So that would be a no play for me.
Yes,
other than that, make sure to give Daily Bread Media a like and a subscribe. We're about 28 away from giving away $250. So all you have to do is be a sub. If you have a private channel, just DM me. You've seen us give away $500 before, 100 to 5 different people. We bring it up. We share the screen. We randomize it. We make sure whoever gets it, gets it. We pay them out. You can talk to Dan Washington and 4 other guys. They've all been paid it. So other than that, get us there. You guys get $250. Pay for play tomorrow. Sunday morning quarterback Sunday. We're out.